Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Start Over Saturday, and we are going to start a new book out of this set, and we're going to use the Amazon Basics to color with this time. It's a really nice set of pencils. It's only 72 pencils, and you know me, I like big sets. Um, but these are very usable, and they do blend together really, really nicely. So that is what we'll be using. Hello, Alex. Hello, Kenny. Hello, everyone lurking, my lurkers. So I do have fantasy and fairy and fantasy. Blah, 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 blah. One, both in grayscale and line art. I also have Fairy and Fantasy 2 in grayscale and Fairy and Fantasy 3. I don't know why I keep on saying that. Me too, I love big sets. I cannot lie. Now that song is going through your head and I know it. Hello, Crashes. So, um, if the page that I want to color isn't in here, so in Fantasy and Fairy and Fantasy 1, I want to maybe color this one or this one. So those are I think the two that I have marked off in there that are fall type pictures. I think the rest of them are pretty winter and spring and summery. So that one or that one for Fairy and Fantasy 1. And let's take a look at the back of this one and see if there's any in there that I've already colored that would be good for fall. I'm not seeing any. Okay, so in this one here, let's look at number 2. Exactly. The bigger the better. And then we have this one here. And I know I have more. I'm coming to her, I promise. I like this one too. So this one, yeah, see I did one. This one, or this one. In number 2, so the Last Harvest, which is a great one for fall, the Wood Elfling, or Beloved in Fantasy and Fairy and Fantasy 2. I am going to mess that up all day. Or this one here, which is Fairy and Fantasy 3. So we have the Frog Prince, and there was a couple in here somewhere. The Fae Darling, and there was a pretty fall one in here as well. I think. Maybe not. Okay, so those are the only two in there that really catch my eye. So the Fae Darling or the Frog Prince. Let's just make sure. I think the rest of these are pretty spring-like. Yeah, I think the rest of them are pretty spring-like. So those are the two in there. I think this one here would be the most that I can turn into a fall coloring. So those are the 3 books that you have to choose from: Fairy and Fantasy 3, 2, or 1. And I will work in the grayscales, just because. Hi, Yana. I know, they're all so good. I just love her work. I don't know which one that was in. All right, so just make sure that you vote for the book, and then we'll go from there on the three pages in that book. So we've got 6 votes, 7 votes out of 13. Awesome. Hello, B. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Yeah, Yana, if you hit exclamation point CK Amazon, it should bring you to the Amazon link. All right, so we've got 8 votes, 13 viewers. You're so confused. Why are you confused, Kenny? What did I miss? Up at the top of the screen, there should be a poll for the different books that we're choosing. Hello, Calamity. If you can't see the poll, jump out of the stream and jump back in. You should be able to see the poll. Awesome, Christina. Welcome. And hello, if I missed you. The pencils that we're going to be using today, once again, is the Amazon Basics. This is a very inexpensive set of pencils available on Amazon, of course. They have been compared to the Prismacolors in color as well as vibrancy. They're not as soft as the Prismacolors, and they do have a nice thick core. So, hi, Jan. And they do blend really, really nicely. Which one to choose? Okay, so, and you wanted, so there's, in this one here, it's either this page or this page. So those are the 2 in Fairy and Fantasy 1. In Fairy and Fantasy 2, we have this page, this page, actually we're not going to do this page, or this page. Actually, there's quite a few in here that would work out really well as well. This one here would work out well also for fall. So let's change that up to this one, or this one. In Fairy and Fantasy 2. Hello, Emmy. Hello, Jen. And then in book 3, we have this one. And this one in book 3. So right now we're choosing the book, so either book 3, book 2, or book 1. are the choices that we're going to go with. Well, it all depends upon how quickly we get it done. All right, so we've got 18 viewers and 12 votes. I'm going to call the vote in 1 minute. So if you haven't already voted, make sure that you get your vote in for either book 1, book 2, or book 3. And once we get the books done, then we'll vote on the page, and then we'll get to coloring. All right, so I'm going to call the vote here. We've got 12 out of 18 votes. And I'm going to call the vote here in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so the poll is closed. We have 12 votes, 50% of which was for Fairy and Fantasy 2. So that is the book that we're going to work in. And let's see. We've got Summer Night Fiddler. That's kind of a summery one, isn't it? Let's see what else we have in here. Okay, so let's do the Summer Night Fiddler, Leaf Rider, and Last Harvest will be the ones that we're going to vote on. Or Last Harvest. Okay, so this is Last Harvest, this is the Leaf Rider, and this is the Summer Night Fiddler. And there is your poll. Hello, Jamie. Hello. So, the Summer Night Fiddler, the Leaf Rider, or the Last Harvest. She does kind of, doesn't she? So, Last Harvest, Leaf Rider, or the Summer Night Fiddler. So we have 13 votes out of 18. So we have the Summer Night Fiddler, Leaf Rider, or the Last Harvest. And Emmy, I hope you're feeling better soon. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. So we have Last Harvest, the Leaf Rider, or Summer Night Fiddler. Well, the next day or two actually depends on it, depending upon how much we can get done in a day. So we have the Last Harvest, the Leaf Rider, or the Summer Night Fiddler. And of course, Nightbot is telling you how to get a hold of Christine Karron's things, both on Patreon, Etsy, Facebook, and Amazon. So if you type in any of those exclamation point emotes there, it will give you a link to any of those things. So we have Summer Night Fiddler, Leaf Rider, and Last Harvest. And we've got 14 out of 16 votes. Okay, so let's get our votes in. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Yes, it is a nice big page. Absolutely. I'll probably have to take all week for that one. Yeah, I know you say color them all, but how about you color them all? I don't think I have enough time for that. I only have a week. Come on. Yeah, exactly. So we have Summer Night Fiddler, Leaf Rider, and Last Harvest. And I'm going to let this roll for a couple of minutes here. We've got 14 out of 16 votes. So my wonderful lurkers back there, um, put your votes in. Let's go. All right. So I'm just going to let it roll here for a little bit. Awesome, Yana. Shh. Jamie, don't tell stories. So we have the Summer Night, the Leaf Rider, and the Last Harvest. I know you've seen me color an entire page in less than 2 hours. We've got 3 lurkers. Come on, lurkers. Lurky, lurky. Shannon, vote. I know who my lurkers are. Come on. That is true. All right. I think you can, actually, if you just go to her Etsy store. Jennifer. Hello, Mona. Hello, Jennifer. All right, so I'm going to call the vote in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm calling the vote. I am not going to be doing it, Jen. No, no, no. And hello, Mona. Mona. So we have the Last Harvest is the page that we are going to work on. Now this is a large page. I will try to get as much of it done as I can between now and next Saturday. Now, once again, like I said, we are working with the Amazon Basics. The names on the pencils are very close to that of Prismacolor. So if you are following along with Prismacolor, you should be able to follow along when I call out the names. All right, let's switch over to the close-up camera. And let's start on her pretty little face. So the first one that I'm going to use is lavender. Do I want lavender? No, I want red violet. All right, so this is red violet number 526. And hopefully you guys can actually see the color. And I'm just very lightly putting in the shadow areas, in the deepest of the shadow areas. And the reason why I use a purple tone is because I'm going to do her as a light-skinned individual. And the purple tone does give a really nice shadow effect. So we're going to shadow for her cloak. And her hairline. You think I can have it done in 4 hours, huh? I have gotten slower in my old age, so. It seems the more I color, the slower I get, and it's because I do get a little bit more detailed the more I color. I see more details. Where before, I saw the picture, but I didn't really see a lot of the details, if that makes sense. Uh-huh. You guys can time me. And you're only as old as you feel. Some days I feel 1,000 years old. You're silly, Jen. Still going through with that red violet color. Once again, the reason why I'm using this color is to put in that shadow tone on her skin. Typically you would do shadows in gray tones, but because we're working on skin, I want it to have a little bit more of a red tone. Alright, now we're going to use salmon. Well, that is true. You are only as old as you act. And I'm going right over top of the shadow color. Oh, well, then I am really old. Let's not go there, Crashes. My goodness. Even if we were just going by sets, I'd be really, really old. No problem at all, Yana. Salmon is nummy. And for all of you people out there in the wakes of these storms that are coming through, both in the U.S. and Canada, I hope you are all safe and sound. I'm waiting on word from my daddies in Nova Scotia, so I'm waiting on the phone lines to come back up so I can check on him and make sure that he's okay. But there are some good storms coming through, and hopefully all of you are safe and sound. Yeah, if I went by how many pencils I have, I'd be in the tens of thousands of age. If I went by how many sets I have, I'd be up in the 100 age area. I have a lot of sets. I have a lot of pencils because I like big sets. Enjoy your tea. Hot and dry there. Aw, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, they work great for testing pencil sharpeners. Yeah, just in 2 sets I have over 1,000 pencils, so and that's just in 2 sets. Let's not go by how many pencils we have, because that makes me really old. That's what I use them for, Jamie. I use them as I use them to test pencil sharpeners, whether or not the auto stop works or if you can bypass it. If you know what I mean. Yes, yes, we are. We are all immortal in pencil life. Or all just really, really old. So just extending that salmon out past the red violet that I put down. And building that color up. And now we're going to go with, the next one is blush. My goodness, if I could hold a pencil today, that'd be good. Um, the dull, you can sharpen those blades by using a graphite pencil, and cleaning the blades off makes it work a little bit better. Um, I have They say that you can replace the blades on it. I have not been able to find a place to do that, but you can replace them as often as you like. But I think maybe I've had mine for about 2 years and I haven't needed to replace the blade yet. But I have heard of some people having a difficult time finding the blades to replace it with. Yeah, do that with graphite pencils, yeah. Yeah, as long as you run a graphite pencil through it quite often to clean the blade off and to sharpen that blade up a little bit, I think you should be fine. As long as it's not tearing apart your pencils. If it starts tearing your pencils instead of sharpening them, then you may have to look into how to replace the blade. If you can't replace the blade, replace the sharpener. All right, so I'm just going through and just adding the blush to all of our areas that have the dark and medium tones and extending those medium tones out. And I am going right over top of all of the colors, blending them together with the next color. Doing this usually smooths out your colors. I am using the Amazon Basics. I had somebody ask me to use a budget-friendly, inexpensive set, and the one of the most budget-friendly sets I have is the Amazon Basics. I've got so many different budget-friendly sets, but some are very obscure and hard to find. And they keep on changing some. So. Hello, Catherine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And the next one I'm going to use is Cream Beige. Well, maybe I'll record it one day and put it in there. Yes, the luminants work really good on Augusta's paper. So do the Prismas. Prismas work really good on that paper as well. Now with this pencil, I'm putting about a medium pressure on it when I go over top of other colored areas so that I can blend that color together. And I am coloring directly in the book. So this is Christine's paper. So Christine does use Amazon paper in her books. However, it does feel a little different than normal crate space paper. Her paper's always got a really good feel to it when I'm coloring on it. I don't know why. I've asked her about it and she says that she just uses regular Amazon printing paper, so I don't know. She hasn't chosen anything different than anybody else, but for some reason her books just, for some reason, have a better feel on the paper. Nice. Both great choices. All right, now I want to brighten up a little bit of this. Just adding a little bit of flesh tone. This pencil is literally called Flesh. Oh, Shyla's got the sneezes. Gonna end up with boogers up my wall again. So I'm just blending those colors together with the flesh tone and softening the edge of the shadow areas, just so that they're not so start and stop, if that makes sense. Giving it a little bit of a softer look. Yeah, that is true. The grayscale does make the paper feel a little bit different. But even like for example, I do a lot of Selena Finesh's grayscale as well. And I absolutely don't like the paper that she has in her books. And I know it's just Amazon paper, but I just don't like it. I don't like the feel of it. All right, so there is her face done. Now we're going to move down onto her hands. So again, we're going to start off with, yes, Christina, they are a set of 72. Yes, Kanoko's paper is really nice. I have the Japanese version. So, hello, Kathleen. Work and lurk away, dear. Right now, the Polychromos 12010 is, I have it listed on my Amazon deals of the day, and I think it's 152 right now. I don't know about the Albert Durr. Alright, so I'm just putting in the red violet. I'm going to turn the book here and I'm going to make sure I don't spill my coffee on it, because that would suck. um, yeah, hold on a sec. I'll get you that link if you want, Kathleen. Just one moment. So I hope that everybody is enjoying the, no, it's 156.65 at the moment. Pretty sure. Yeah. That is an affiliate link, so if you do use that link, I do get a couple of pennies commission off of your usage. That is, of course, no cost to you. I do have to say that areas I'm doing it fairly light. Oh, am I spinning again? Oh, I hope not. It did go a little blippy for a second, so it says that it's still streaming. It may have blipped out for a second. Hopefully I'm still streaming. Hello, Wicca! Hello! Somebody let me know I'm still here. Because that would just be horrible, because... Well, thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that. That is the lowest I've seen recently. The absolutely lowest I've ever seen is the deal that my husband got on them, but that was not on Amazon, so I don't know where he got them from. But he got a really good deal on them about 3 years ago. All right, Wicca, as long as I'm still here. Am I still coloring a hand? All right, now we're going to go in with salmon. Again, going right over top of that red violet. Okay, then I'm good. That is very true, Kenny. That is definitely one way that you can do that. Although the smaller set that I have looked at, the 60 set, is not much cheaper than the 120 set right now. And in that case, it's usually cheaper just to buy the 120 set, unless you can find a smaller set cheap. Another great place to look is on places like eBay or Marketplace for people that have purchased them and didn't like them and are trying to get rid of them. And recoup some of the cost. Yeah, and that's the thing is with how things are going these days, um, finding them at a price that Albert Dare is 163.90. Awesome. Exactly. And that's the thing is it takes some time to get used to what you're doing with them and to learn how to use them. And just for all of you out there that have urges to use watercolor crayons, sort of like the um, Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s, I did purchase and showed a set called Sunny. And they are back on coupon deal for 50% off. So they end up being 25 crayons for about $15 US. And they are listed on the Enable Station coupons. And that coupon will be good until October. So keep an eye out for that if that's something that you wanted to get into. I have used them on a couple of pages, and I do really like them. They work very, very nicely. And they're very comparable and blendable with the Caran d'Ache. So yeah, exactly. I know, I'm just letting people know because, it's something that I've used and I don't want people to miss out on something that I've used if they wanted. Well, because I only found it this morning. If they haven't shipped yet, you can cancel it and go with the cheaper price. And I'm going through, I just used blush and now I'm using cream beige. Yes, it's called Sunny. And they are listed on my site as, hold on a sec. I'm on TV. Awesome. I like being on TV. Hold on a sec, I'll grab you the link. Because I don't have them listed as Sunny crayons. I have them listed as blendable pastels, I do believe. Because I just took the name off of the link. And I should actually change that so it says Sunny. Okay, there we go. Because that's the actual name of them is Sunny crayons. Welcome back, Emmy. There you go. So that is the coupon for those. Um, and like I said, they're currently 50% off, so it does work out to be about $15 for the 25 set. They have a smaller set as well, but what's the point of buying a smaller set when you can buy a larger set? Other than price, maybe, but yeah. And if you're just starting off with watercolor crayons, that is a wonderful way to get started with it without spending the money for Lyra or Caran d'Ache or things like that. They are not like the King Arts or the gel sticks, that sort of thing, but they are like the Neocolor 2s. All right, so there's our hand done. Just going to use the flesh tone just to soften that edge. Soften that shadow down just a little bit, because we don't want her looking like her bones are sticking out. Like so. And then we're going to move up here to her other hand. Well, that's pretty good, Kathleen. That's actually pretty good if you're doing them open stock. But at 156 for 120 pencils, yeah, that's about right. That's a pretty good price. Yeah, I don't know if you can get them in the UK. But sometimes you can get the US to send you things. The US Amazon to send you things to the UK. So maybe you can still get them. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going in with the red violet, adding that shadow. Like so. Oh my goodness. I think my dog snorted something that's not done well for her nose. Now I'm going in with the salmon. She goes outside every once in a while. I swear she snorts dirt. That was my dog. Shyla's in your home. I'll send Shyla to you, Jamie. Then you won't be home alone. Yes, I have. I do have a set if you want to see them. Oh my goodness, Shyla. Oh my goodness. Hello, Tanya. Hello, hello, hello. That is crazy, Amy. I would not pay that. I would not suggest you pay that. But if you want to see them, I do have them. They're in my watercolor cabinet, but I can grab them. course. You always do. I do believe Alex has a set as well. All right, now I'm going to go in with blush. Yeah, I was really glad I got the set, even though I already had the Neocolor 2s, because they do give me the ability to play and learn how to use the medium a little bit better without being afraid that I'm wasting my crayons, wasting an expensive set of Neocolors, if that makes sense. I don't like wasting expensive things, especially with just fiddling around and playing with it, trying to learn it. I know that's, counterproductive, but yes, I have used them. I will show you. Switch you over to the main camera here and I'll grab them. Can't remember what picture I've used them on, but I have used them on a couple of different pictures. So it comes with this cute little palette, which does work if you put it in the lid. Comes with a watercolor brush. As you can see, I have used it. It's still actually damp. A sharpener to sharpen them, and it does work very well. It's a nice big hole. And of course the crayons. And you can peel up the crayon there. There's a couple of different ways that you can use them. You can scribble them on the palette. You can peel back the paper and then sharpen some of the crayon onto the palette and wet it down. Or you can put them on the page and spread them with your paintbrush. And they're actually a really nice set. They've got some great colors, some reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues, purples, pinks, browns, blacks, whites, and grays. So they are actually quite a nice set. And for 25 colors for, $15, it's not too bad. All right, let's go back to the close-up and finish her hand. Oh, absolutely no problem at all, Kathleen, sorry. All right, so we're going to go in with the cream beige now. And I really like using them for backgrounds, so. Just trying to remember what picture I used them on. I can't remember. And then we're going to go in with the flesh tone. And we're just going to blend that shadow edge in. Making sure that we don't have any hard lines. Now I could use a blender pencil for this, but I do find that it gives me a bit of a softer blend if I use a lighter color. You can also use white for this, but then you pale out your color a bit. Alright, so there is our skin tone. And let's do her lips, just because we kind of know what color those are going to be. And use some red on her lips. And this is just straight red. And then we're going to use this one here, which is coral red. There we have her lips. Thank you, Kenny. And now we're going to do her eyes. Let's think about this for a second. Yeah, I think I'm going to do her eyes brown. So we're going to start off with brown. Actually, let's start off with dark chocolate. Around the edges here. I don't have the Lyra Aqua colors, but I have heard that they are very close to the same as the Caran d'Ache. Personally, I don't have them, so I can't really give you a positive on how they are. All right, and then we're going to go in with brown. No, that's brick red. We don't want brick red. This one here. Just blending into that chocolate. And then we want brown ochre. Again, blending into the brown and finishing it off down at the bottom. I think I'm going to put a little bit more brown in that one. And just a little bit more chocolate, I think. In both of them. Thank you, Bee. And just going to put a little bit more of the ochre. Like so. And then we have her eyes. Now we're going to take a little bit of, I don't want silver gray, I want light gray is what I want. I'm going to take a little bit of the light gray and we're going to do a little bit on the whites of her eyes here, on the shadow areas. Then we're going to take white. Now, one thing I will say is this white is definitely not as bright or as easily seen as the Prismacolor white. Yeah, exactly. All right, so there we have our eyes, and I think we're going to work with some of the same colors for her hair, but we're going to go with a slightly lighter undertone. So we're going to go with the burnt ochre for her undertone. I think that's this one. Yep. So I'm just going to coat everything with the lighter tone, and then we'll build the color off of that. And for anybody that's just coming in, these are the Amazon Basic colored pencils. It's a 72 set available on Amazon. If you type in exclamation point CK Amazon, it should take you to all of her books. If you want to go to her Etsy, it would be CK Etsy. She has quite a few books, so I didn't want to list them all individually. So I listed her Amazon portfolio, which will take you to all her books. Another thing that Christine does that's really cool is on her Etsy. She puts out individual pages as she draws them when she's getting ready to put together a new book. So as she's working on the new book, her new pictures are available to purchase right off of Etsy one at a time, or you can wait until the new book comes out and get them all at the same time. I like to wait. You need to put a space between CK and Amazon. Let's see. Don't know why that's not working. It might. Well, I know Nightbot is working because he's been talking away. So let me check Nightbot, make sure that everything's still there. Hold on. So, copy. Okay. So for some reason, Nightbot has decided that it doesn't want to make my links work. So let's check those and make sure that I can fix it. Commands, custom. Yeah, it should be exclamation point CK space Amazon. I don't know why it's not working. But there is her link to her Amazon. Yep, nope, for some reason it's decided that it doesn't like the CK links. So hold on one second, let's see if I can fix that. It might be because I have a space in between. So let's okay, submit. So I'm taking out the spaces. So if you do CK Amazon without the space between CK and Amazon, hopefully it'll work. CK Facebook. All right. There we go. It just didn't like the space between them. So when you do the when you do the Nightbot links, type in without a space and it should bring it all up. Sorry about that, guys. I think I fixed it. It just decided that it didn't like the spaces. And which is weird because it was working a while ago. It was working at the start of the month. It just decided that it didn't like the space in between the in between the words. All right, I've got a tickle in my throat. I will be right back. Oh, I am so sorry. For some reason, I suddenly got a tickle in my throat, and then all of a sudden, I suddenly had to sneeze several times. I hate that. Hello, Rinka. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so again, I'm going through with the burnt ochre and just base coating her hair. Which is my favorite Christine Karron? Ooh, that's hard. I love all her work. I just think it's all gorgeous. One of my favorite artists is coming out with a new book soon, which I will be telling you guys more about next week. I was thinking either red or green. One of my favorite artists is Ruth Saunderson, and she is just phenomenal. Absolutely love her work. Now we're going to go in with some dark chocolate, and we're going to do our shadows, our deepest shadow areas. The one great thing about these pencils compared to Prismas is they're not as soft, so they do allow you to do the flicking for hair when you need to. Oh, nice, Rinka. Now we're going to go in with some brown into the shadow area. It's one of those types of mornings. Lots of coffee required. And then we're going to go in with some brown ochre. Again, we're going to utilize most of the same colors as her eyes, with a little bit more of a heavier hand on the chocolate. The dark chocolate. Yeah. So at this point, I'm just flicking from the corner of the shadow area into the strand of hair. into the grouping of strands of hair. And then we're going to take brown. We're going to start in the corner and we're just going to flick like so. And then we're going to do the same thing with the brown ochre. Like so. Clara Markova has a new book coming out, but unfortunately Clara Markova's book has been delayed. So it won't be out until probably November or December, hopefully sooner, but she is having some technical difficulties with publishing.